Previously on Dances with Dice. When last we left our heroes, Finian, the halfling artificer, Felix, the human bard, and Theo, the satyr fighter, out of the frying pan and into the oven. Dark discoveries have been made by all our heroes. How will they respond to these new dangers this week on Dances with Dice?
All right. So, Finn, first things first, a couple of housekeeping notes. Your boy, hi everybody. It's your DM, Dr. Mongoose. Your boy, once again, was looking at his wrong notes. This vampire's name is not Magtronus. There's a little spoiler for something these guys will find at some point, maybe not, who knows. So there's your little spoiler for that one. His actual name is Lord Marcellus Harland. I'm looking at the right notes this time. So, Finian, you are standing...
Currently peeing my pants.
Finian, you are currently...
He failed those frightened checks.
Look,
Listen, you survived
I
the
am
porn check.
brave.
What's your modifier on bladder control?
Roll to pee your pants.
Roll to piss.
Go piss, girl.
Finian, you are standing in this velvet barber shop with this vampire lord who's now towering.
Velvet barbershop is definitely a euphemism for something.
It has to be, right? It's gotta be. If anything, velvet barbershop is now going to be a euphemism for something.
It's the room where the groom masters meet.
I still can't believe I gave him that title.
Velvet
You are the
Barbershop.
groom-
It's the name of our new band.
Oh yeah,
It's our Velvet Underground cover band.
Yeah, but all you guys you are a brass only Velvet Underground cover band.
Oh, we better start learning instruments fast then, because I think the only one who can vaguely play an instrument is Hannah, who used to play guitar.
And piano.
Yeah,
Blowing a brass instrument's way different.
Oh, and the flute.
Okay,
You played the flute?
We've
got a
been
little-
over this. That's how me and Catherine first met. Catherine and I both played the flute.
Right.
I played the flute, the guitar, and the piano, and I'm mediocre at all of them.
I played the
Less
clarinet.
than
I might still remember hot cross buns on the clarinet, but that's probably about it.
Learning exactly more.
Back
Anyway.
to
Oh, right.
Back to D&D. The size differential is now like kind of starting to like you're starting to kind of feel it, Finian, because like
I'm up to like his shin, right? Like,
well, no, when he
Size
was,
like his knee, like
when
I'm just
he
at
was-
his knee, like.
well, it's like when he was Lumtart, in his Lumtart form, you guys are almost about the same size. You're actually, I think, a little taller than him because he's a gnome and you are a halfling. So like, you're actually a little taller than him. He's now standing almost like 7.5 feet tall. So yeah, shin would be a good sort of shin's a good sort of height differential. To the point where you even feel like GB1 kind of like you feel him scooch just a little bit closer, and you feel like the mechanical tail just kind of like wrap around one of your legs a little bit, just like kind of letting you know like we're in something.
Bark.
Yeah,
just like it's like mouth opens a little bit, whimper.mp3 plays. It's like, oh, I can't begin to tell you how wonderful it feels to finally get
out of that constricting getup. Oh, I'm so sorry. No offense, Finian. We're all built for the sizes we are, and as you can see, and he kind of like spreads his arms out dramatically, and like his cloak sort of like unfurls behind him. Like you can very much tell he's like fashion voguing, like he's striking a couple poses. Like, as you can see, I'm just built to be large and in charge. Anyway, he snaps his fingers, and you watch as the center of the room sort of like opens up like a little spiral. You step backwards as the floor sort of like sort of peels back, and from the center rises a combo like. You can tell it's a transforming chair. The best way I can describe this would be a sarcophagus that can turn into a recliner.
Like a barber chair?
What kind of fucking Sweeney Todd nightmare are we having?
That's what
right
I
now?
was like.
So
I'm like, if he tells me to get in the chair, do I get in the chair because I have to do what he says?
No,
like, or else he's gonna know.
So basically, what you see rise out of the ground is very clearly a sarcophagus, and then you watch him push a button, and like a Transformers doll, it like folds itself and peels away and turns into like a recliner. And like he just kind of like dramatically hurls himself into the chair, just like, ugh. It's so nice to be at home, isn't it? Ugh.
Does he have hair?
Does he have hair? Oh yes, his hair is spilling. You can kind of now tell why he cared so much about conditioner. His hair is easily like 3.5 feet long, tied in like a very intricate braid down his back.
What color is it?
It is a mix of jet black with streaks of silver and a couple of streaks of red in it. It appears he's been doing some dye work.
Ooh, he's so fancy. Also, I love that you have, we're getting the patented Zachary's vampire voice.
I love my vampire voice. And for once, it's a character who might not die immediately.
We have something to say about it.
You use it for the vampire that lives in Venus's head, and he's not dead.
I do. It's like I've secretly activated like the sleeper programming inside all of my D&D players. Zach used the vampire voice. Kill.
Alucard in my ficus? It's more likely than you think.
My ficus?
The planet's haunted. What?
It's
The
like,
planet's haunted.
It's like, Takahata, I thought you'd stop playing D&D. It's like, no, it's just me. His worst impersonator.
So as he like lounges in the chair, I see the hair like fall back, and so it's in a big braid.
It's in like one super long braid.
Okay.
His hair's about like just a little shorter than your full height, I guess, to give you an idea of how long it is.
Okay.
So actually, like, how long is his hair? About Finian length.
Length of Finian.
Finian, how tall are you? About that size.
About hair.
I can see why you care so much about your hair. It's so...
Oh, Finian,
lovely.
you have again. You have to think about this. I have to shove all of this into a magical hairnet to fit inside that little disguise. Do you understand how? Oh my God. Oh my. Finian, I just realized something. I'm so sorry. Hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry. I had my ominous playlist on. See, the last time I was in here, I was actually threatening somebody, and I had the scary music. I'm so sorry. Hang on, we got the happy music on now because we're friends here, and of course you're here. You've brought me more of life-giving, and I do mean well. That's actually kind of funny for me. Life-giving. I'm a vampire.
Speaking of which,
life-giving amounts
would you mind if I
of conditioner.
Speaking of which, would you mind if I and he kind of like starts, he like walks over and starts like touching the braid.
You know what? I'm normally very protective of it, but you have saved me, so you know what? Fine. And he kind of lays back. He activates the recline feature and just kind of like lays back. It's like, I would avoid. I'll be honest. Avoid the
second or so, 2 feet at the bottom. It's still recovering, but if you'd like to see your handiwork, please look at the top, the back of the braid. I did my best to do a combination of both elven, dwarvish, and human twists at the top. Let me tell me how it looks.
And he just starts like he actually like he's like but what I actually meant was, you know, I made the product. Would you like me to apply it for you?
Oh.
It's getting very sexy.
Look, he's very much like, I'm gonna ham the shit, and if I can get him to
Are
like
you gonna
relax,
fuck the vampire?
No. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see.
No. Maybe.
Look, whatever gets him out of this room alive. Like,
Don't hold me to that.
Finian is crunk in Emperor's New Groove right now with like Angel Finn and Devil Finn on his shoulder. And like Devil Finn's like, no. Like relax him. Like get him going, like massage the hair, like do something. We gotta stay alive here. And Angel Finn's like, are you going to fuck him? It's like, I don't fucking know, maybe.
Brain, I don't know. I'm working on trying to survive, Brain.
It's like both the Angel and Nemus is like, we are completely out of our depth here. What the fuck is going on? Wait, not ours. We're completely out of our depth here. What the fuck is going on?
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Marcellus looks at you, Finn's like, I appreciate it, of course, Finn. But here's the thing. You know, you can't overproduct your hair. That's what leads to the split ends. I did apply some this morning, but the fact that you have brought some to me, tell you what. He like kind of like reaches over. Oh my goodness, look at that. You have been here for almost 2 hours already. I assume you were here because, you know, you're seeking information of some sort. You guys are trying to get your job done, of course. Of course, you already told me that. I'm answering my own questions here, of course I am. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to, all right. And he snaps his fingers. Right. So your charming is now subliminal. At any point I need you, you will feel a tug and a summon. Or, you know, I'll just come and find you because we're good friends, Finian. And now you are safe to go about and do what you need to do with your friends. Be able to take care of that, whatever pesky business you are hired to do by the company, and then all things here can continue smoothly.
Well, let me know if you need help applying, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Finn, I'm certain this is the start of a very, very, very fruitful relationship that you and I have right now. So, but here's the biggest thing. Cannot have anyone getting suspicious as he taps the side of his nose. So, oh God, all right. I'm so sorry, Finn. This is going to be a little disturbing. And he sort of like stands up, like you hear like his entire, like all of his shoulders and his entire spine like start popping and cracking, like bones breaking. And then you watch as he shrinks back down into like his lumtart form. And it's pretty gross. There's
I just like, because like the way you described it, like the initial, like his back just opened up and he just like rose out of it. I imagine like the front of him just like he like starts to like crouch down and it just like the front just like consumes everything and it just oh God, I don't know.
For anyone who's seen the D&D movie, it's like when the illusion spell for the bard goes wrong and like the head starts like shrinking into the neck. It's just that entire sequence. That's what it looks like for him to turn back. It's like, and back into this.
I hate it.
All right. Well then, Finn. Best of luck to you. And mum's the word. All right. I'm going to get back to being a mayor something. And best of luck. Ta-ta. And he sort of escorts you out the door and then just closes it, like kind of in your face.
I'm gonna turn around and just like leave as
speed walk.
as speedily but as unassumingly as possible. And the instant I get outside, I'm just like immediately get outside the door. I'm just like,
like crying.
Like clutch his chest, just like.
GB comes over to you. It's like, bark, woof woof. It's like opens his mouth. We should find the angry ones.
The ones who are mean and mad.
Yeah. He just like gets up and just like it's just like makes
GB
a beeline for just trying to find you guys.
GB starts trotting away. You hear a door open in the distance. Trots faster.
Ugh.
All right. So back to the two of you. I'm imagining like just in the middle of the screaming match, like and another thing, and you see Finn, you see GB,
sobbing, crying.
You see Finn ride up on GB. It stops the fight immediately because I assume the face that can be described is literally somebody. It's a weird face, but it's actually perfectly apt. Finn looks exactly like somebody who just saw a vampire lord.
We turn, we're like, wow, you look like you just saw a vampire lord.
That's the only way I could describe this face that you have. Looks like the face of someone who just saw a vampire lord.
That face you're making is just like the vampire face.
The very specific vampire face that we all know about.
Yeah.
We all know and fear. No.
Yeah. We all fear that face because it means that someone might have seen a vampire lord, but that's not what happened to you, right?
You didn't see a vampire, right?
You didn't see a vampire, right?
That would be crazy if you saw a vampire.
Anyway.
Yeah, crazy.
Are you okay?
The mayor's totally a vampire lord, and he may have like almost touched me, and I almost touched him, and I don't know what's happening.
What the fuck?
I think this is an indoors conversation.
Yes, very much so.
To the end.
What my accent is.
It's
I need an
like
adult.
you're slowly traveling from England to Australia. You become a felon.
Bluey Christine Healer.
All right. You guys are able to. You find like a. I'm gonna say you have the wherewithal to probably not go back to your own like room that you guys have set aside. You're
Probably bugged.
You're able to you guys head out and are able to find like a emptied out the camp where like Bean and everyone was. That has been emptied out for the day for work. Well, actually, you can still see Bean sitting there and sleeping, but the camp is empty. You have some amount of privacy here, I'll say.
Oh, Yeah, he's definitely not a gnome. He's very much very whole like gestures with his hands, just like
Huh?
I think he definitely thinks I'm under his spell? Like, would I know what, like...
Oh, no, you know that he attempted to charm you, because okay. you know he attempted to charm you. For whatever reason, because you know how charm effects work. If you succeeded a charm, the other person knows that you have succeeded. For whatever reason, he's either oblivious to that fact, or he missed that.
Or he's just so like, oh,
or
he
he's
could
so
never,
right. He is convinced you are under his spell.
Can I do a thing?
Sure.
Did you hear me drop my phone? Did that come through?
No, it did not come through.
I said, can I do a thing? And then I like karate chopped my phone. So it's like, the thing was karate chopping my phone.
Yeah, no, what would you like to do?
I can cast Identify on a person to see what spells they're under. Can I cast Identify just to see if there's anything lingering on Finn?
Certainly.
Ooh, I didn't know Identify could do that. That's so fun.
Me neither. I just double checked the description.
I need to check and see what Finian's latent magical effects are. Also, I've been sitting on that joke for like months. The diegetic music swap.
I love it.
I've wanted to do that joke for forever. Okay.
So
when you look at Finian, you can see his like chest piece, like his chest armor, that is glowing with magic. Finian, what arm do you keep the gun hidden on? Or your left or right?
The right.
Right. You can see like his right wrist is glowing, where like the gun, where you have seen the gun pop out. GB is just like a spotlight, just sort of sitting there. You can see like a little white blob moving back and forth because the tail's wagging. And I don't think you have any extra special stuff.
No.
So no, yeah. You just see those things. I would say there's like a swirl kind of above his head that you can tell is like attempted charm magic, but it's not active. It's just like a spell, like something was attempted there within the last hour or so.
It's like he's got like a little bit of fairy dust on him, but that's it.
Exactly. He's a little sparkly.
Well, the good news is it doesn't look like anything's stuck.
Oh, thank God.
So
Actually, I just realized, real quick, Felix, roll me a perception check, please.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I just realized something.
Nat 20.
Okay, cool.
Fuck yeah.
So I take that back. You would actually be kind of unable to tell if Finn's got any like latent things. Like, you're pretty sure he doesn't. You can see all of his things, but you then realize that it's like, oh, I think he doesn't have anything on him. There's like this really like there's this huge like halo effect he's got going behind him, and it looks weird, really weird. And like you lean your head around Finn, and you can see Bean glowing like a 50,000 watt spotlight. Like, she's entirely, but here's the thing, she's not white. She is a mix of every color of the magical schools. So she's like a Technicolor RGB rainbow, like Sailor Moon pre-transformation. But
Actually,
like,
if she's every color of visible light, she would appear white because the wavelengths combine and be perceived as white light.
I'm sorry, the chemistry nerd says what?
What?
Fucking nerd says what?
What?
So no, it's got like the glow, like the glow around her is like a very bright, intense white, and you realize like that's what was kind of confusing you with Finn. But looking at her, you can see like, not unlike if you've seen like RGB in like a PC or something, there's like random bits that like are colored at different times, different patterns, different striations. Her chest seems to be like an outward like rippling pattern. Her arms are like stripes of different magical powers. And then her entire head is this sort of kaleidoscoping like flash of stars. Almost like watching like nebulae kind of burst across her face.
Excuse me, I'm the traumatized one here. Can we get back to me? No, I'm just kidding.
It's like, but and, like after like you kind of like notice that, like you look at Bean and then you look back at Finn. Oh, Finn's fine. He's there's nothing. It's just
I thought
whatever you
Bean
got
was
on you.
asleep for 3 days.
She is, but she's still sitting there.
She's
She
passed
has not
out.
moved.
She
Or
sleeps
she
with her
is
eyes
sleepwalking.
open. She sleeps
Oh,
with her
she
eyes
is an
open.
elf.
She's just sitting in her tent.
Oh, well, that's nice. That's fun.
Yeah, and in terms of the schools of magic, it is you see every school of magic rolling through her.
Cool, this is normal. This is
What?
fine.
What is it? What do your elf eyes see? Wait, no, you're a human.
I am most certainly human.
What do your
Being-
manly eyes see?
Your manly human eyes.
Bean is about as confusing as you would think she is, but that's neither here nor there.
Am I okay?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, thank God.
Also,
this fine when you
Finn,
need-
Finn,
So-
you also have Identify. You can cast that on yourself if you.
That's fine. Hard
like,
to look
I'm
at
good.
oneself. So yeah, he I guess good news. He doesn't seem. Honestly, I'm not really sure. They seem less concerned with our job. Like it seems like they don't really. They're probably not involved in whatever's going on with that. They don't seem to care. They only seem to care about their hair and what's going on in the town. Like whatever is going on here, as in like them, they're probably I don't really know. What do vampires do? Like, because they feed off of... Okay. Whatever's going on in the town seems different. Like, whatever they're doing doesn't seem involved with what's going on with the mine.
So you
They're not involved with that.
So you think that they have nothing to do with the cult?
Yes.
That could be done. Okay.
Because when he sent me on my merry way, he seemed to think that... I'm glad that it's not actually there. He seemed to think that whatever he used is still active and it would be latently active, and if he needed me it would, but he was like, go do your job, do whatever. He seems very unconcerned with whatever we're doing here. And then he was like, and then we'll get back to whatever was going on in that room. And just with the town in general, and I'm sure he wants me to make him that stuff, and I almost touched his hair.
Felix and Theo, roll me nature checks. Finn, you're a little... You're kind of just like...
I'm very just like in my mind, like still kind of reliving the almost having to do things I didn't want to do.
Why did I offer to touch his hair? I offered that completely of my own regard. Why did I do that?
Yeah.
I didn't have to do that.
I could have just
Flat 19. I forgot I'm not smart, so I have a +0, but I rolled a 19.
19 and 16. You guys... most of your vampire knowledge comes from like stories and like old wives' tales, like things where it's like, oh, be careful, the vampire get you. But it's like, you know that the
Fantasy
core
Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, you know the core of vampires is that they can't produce their own energy. That's kind of like their curse of undeath. They must take energy from somewhere else. And while the easiest way to do that is to suck blood, kill people, enthrall them, like all the traditional vampire stuff, Felix, you remember more of a story, like it was a very famous romance, actually, a very famous romance novel from your childhood, and it was a controversial one because it was the first romance novel that really ever like posited that like monsters weren't monsters. It was the first monster fucking book. Okay, we'll call a spade a spade. It was the first monster fucking book. It was it was erotic smut about a vampire and an elf lady. But
that's what Felix would be reading.
But the big thing you remember, and like this is what sticks out to you, is that the author was adamant it was based on a true story, that they knew someone who had this happen. And in the story, it talks about how again, in the story, it was flavored as sexual energy fed the vampire. But the idea being it was basically like all good porn, there was an in-depth...
Based on true story.
Like all good porn, there was an in-depth explanation of just like the mechanics, the physics, the metaphysical nature of energy and feeding and symbiosis. And it was like a good like chapter and a half, like, wow, this is a really deep dive on like our nature and the world and like how actual, like, are they monsters or are they just trying to survive like the rest of us? And then as soon as you have, and then they fucked.
And they have sticks.
And then they fucked.
Some nasty, dirty sex.
So, Finn, you're thinking back on that, and it's just like, oh, or not Finn, Felix, you're thinking about this, like, oh yeah, I guess there was this, like, there's like your mind goes to like, oh yeah, no, like there was like that whole like thing in that book about like how yeah they could take energy from elsewhere. It's like, that was some good porn too. That was some really good porn.
And we're just like watching Felix's face go through this journey of like
just the face journey of remembering some good smut.
Remembering the intelligent part.
Yeah.
Remembering the weird thing she did with her leg.
And then Theo, look, you're kind of watching Finn. You're watching Felix do this face journey, and it's like, and then you think to yourself, it's like, because you've read a huge amount of like crackpot books in your search for dragon lore. So like you've read every
Vampire dragons.
You've read every like crackpot theory under the sun, pretty much. Whether you believe them or not, it was like, but you've read them. But you remember reading. It was Uncle Eustace's Guide to the Undead, and Uncle Eustace, he had the book, and this is the only evidence you have of it. But the foreword of the book was done by a Lord Belladonna, and the foreword is by
Okay.
Lord
Sorry.
it's like by
Call
Lord
back.
Belladonna, to Uncle Eustace, and it's basically it was a love letter, almost like both a love letter and a thank you about helping when all of the livestock had died, about being able to help feed them through the winter and keeping the coven alive. And then the entire book, Uncle Eustace's Guide to the Undead, is literally a book entirely and only about a very specific brand of zombie that you can find only in one corner of like the world. It's the most hyper niche thing you've ever read, but it's like, you know how to very specifically kill the southwestern. Theo, you have a very specific knowledge of how to kill the southwestern variant of the egg stealing chicken zombie.
Wow. I can't wait to get there, and I can be like, guys, I know what to do.
You are basically the most expert chupacabra investigator in the world.
When we get to the southwest, guys, I'm
When
on
we
top
fight
of it.
those goat suckers,
you
you're gonna know how to handle it.
You are
Yeah.
you're never gonna go to the southwest, but it's like, Theo, you really know how to deal with that fucking chicken zombie.
I know how to deal with those motherfuckers. Just call up Theo. Theo's got you.
But both of you kind of like have those thoughts, and it's just kind of like there's like a little brain blast moment where it's like, oh yeah, I guess that could work. It doesn't need blood, I suppose.
Okay, so that begs the question.
And she holds up the book that got chucked at her in the previous episode.
Did these people die because of the vampire?
Say it, Hannah.
Or the
when you
cult.
first started that sentence, you sounded like Jennifer Coolidge, and it really threw me.
A hot dog. I want a hot dog real bad.
That was so good, though. That was so good.
I'm so sorry.
I can only do Jennifer Coolidge in very specific situations where I don't realize I'm doing Jennifer Coolidge.
I want a hot dog.
All
I want
right.
a hot dog real
Finn,
bad.
Theo, you've got the book in your hand.
Okay.
It begs, blah, blah, blah. Cockney and uncultured. It begs the question.
Sorry, everybody. My accent's going to be all over the place once again.
It begs the question of whether or not the people in this book, wow, my accent's terrible, died because of the vampire, or they died because of the pit. How many are from truly what's going on down there, and how many are because of
She points in the direction of the mayor's house,
The big
Or-
fort, technically.
the Lord Vampire Mayor, High Lord Vampire Mayor.
You know he would get that like emblazoned on a vest.
Yeah.
My lord
real
vampire
problem.
mayor.
I think our real problem at this point is, how many people does he have as thralls? Have we talked to anyone who isn't a thrall?
But
I mean, I'm pretty sure Miss Magical living forever person over there probably isn't.
do you see anything with your fancy magic that makes her... Wait, how long does
It's-
your spell last?
It's
Also,
definitely
Trying
doesn't
to
Can
look
you
at
actually
Dean
see
is
if
like
someone's a
looking
thrall or
at
not?
the sun. It's
Uh-huh.
hard. It
Let's
hurts
see. How long does Identify last? Identify lasts.
long enough to understand.
Yeah. No. Oh, it's technically it's just an object, so it would have faded once you identified shit. So I think it's 10 minutes or until you identify whatever it is. So we
Because
played
what we
pretty
could
fast and loose.
do-
I'll say it's been 10 minutes. Your spell ran out.
We could do is you could cast that in the center of camp, So then you could potentially see anyone else who could be under the effects of the charm. The
Doesn't
thralling.
work like that.
Oh. Well, I'm not magical, so I guess I wouldn't know.
I would have to run around and put my hand on each individual
Oh.
person, and
Oh,
I
you have
can
to
do
touch
that 7 times a day.
You have to touch them for it to work? Oh, I see.
I think Bean is just unique, that she is so magically fucked up that it's like trying to ignore a wildfire happening directly next to you.
Yes.
And it is a little difficult to ignore the sun.
I think it should be said that anytime Theo is near Bean, Theo is like almost like in a posture where she's ready to protect Bean from any like almost like she goes into guard mode because it should be said that she reveres Bean. Bean is a very important person as far as Theo is concerned. This is one of the most important people on the planet right now as far as Theo is concerned. So looking at the sun is very good because that's what it feels like. For everyone looking at Bean should feel like they're looking at the sun. But I lost my train of
You
thought.
love her so much, why don't you just kiss her? Jesus.
Because she's asleep and she hasn't consented.
That's fair.
Stupid.
All right, you guys are. I guess. What would you guys like to do? How would you want to tackle this? You've got some new information about the mayor. There's also, of course, the mine you can go down into. What would you prefer to do?
I think I need a hug.
Theo and Felix looking at each other. Theo comes over. There.
With a broom.
And
From the gift. There. But no, she comes over and she kind of squats down on her little goat legs and unicorn legs.
The instant she like hugs him, he just like breaks down.
Oh. Theo is like emotions. She's like, okay.
He's just like, I thought I was gonna die.
Okay.
Like, it was so.
I almost died.
I was so terrified. Like, it is.
It's the gif. It's the gif from Workaholics or something.
Yeah,
I
and
almost died.
Yeah, and he just like goes kind of like rants on for just like a little bit, and then kind of just like once he's like, oh, just let it all out. He's just kind of like he kind of just collapses like a little bit into it. He's just like.
It's okay. She's
and just starts breathing like.
You're going to be okay. You made it out. You're with us now. You're safe. GB is safe. It's very scary. Vampire lords are. I've never met one personally, so you've already done something that I've never done before.
GB opens his mouth. He was very tall.
Oh, that's even more frightening. How tall?
Still petting Finian.
Like
4 or 5 Finians.
like
Oh!
7.
That's a lot of height. That's a lot. Zach, how tall? Was he literally 15 feet tall?
No.
I was gonna say, isn't that like getting to the 20 feet?
7.5 feet. 7.5, 8 feet tall.
Fucking
Like,
Christ.
did you just Lady Dimitrescu us? Like,
Excuse me.
Except
Lord
that he was not
Dimitrescu
attracted.
you. I Lord
Or at
Dimitrescu
least
you.
I was not attracted.
I
didn't ask. I thought you said he was like tall and like lanky and bony and like terrifying.
He was tall and lanky, and you were terrified, so you didn't ask how hot he was, as a scared person should, because you're not a degenerate. If it was Morgan in that situation, that would have been the first question out of their mouth.
listen, was I thinking would Felix hit it or not?
You know
Maybe.
what's funny
knows?
is you said tall and lanky. And it's funny because when we first played, again, the fact that I have been watching The Simpsons for the first time, my brain imagined a very tall Mr. Burns.
Oh my god! I didn't need that image.
Oh
Just
god.
with the hands,
It's just
with the
Slender
dinosaur
Man, but
hands and
Mr.
everything.
Burns.
I imagine
no. If you want, okay. Imagine for Lumtart. Imagine a shrunk down Mr. Burns. I think that's a perfect descriptor of the Lumtart form, actually.
Okay.
You
said tall
I'm
and
in
lanky.
hell.
Yeah. But he probably doesn't look like that. He's probably sexy because most vampire lords are.
You were still comforting Finn.
Yes. It's going to be all right. You're safe. I'm glad you're not dead. We're both glad you're not dead. And look at you survived. You have encountered a vampire lord. Look at you. Look at you go. You have survived 100% of your vampire lord encounters. Good job. You did it. See?
That
yes?
is impressive statistics.
It is. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people, most people, die. And you didn't. So good job. Look at how strong you are. Big, strong boy.
That's right. I
Out
could
here
have
in the
done
world-
it. I could have died. I could have died.
I know. There's a lot of times, actually, if you think about it, a lot of times you could have died. You could have died when the cellar collapsed. Remember that? Remember? Someone did die. My very good friend died there. You didn't, though. You didn't die when the cellar collapsed.
I'm just loving the displays of, like, we can see Theo's parenting and we can see Felix's parenting just on display right now.
Yeah.
You know this terrible thing that happened to you? You know, sometimes, you know, it could have been worse.
It could have been so much worse.
Yeah.
Remember all those times where the bad thing didn't happen to you? Yeah, remember those? They could
Remember
have.
those bad things? Remember?
It's like,
Theo growing up.
It's like, hey, remember all this trauma that, like, you avoided and probably haven't processed yet? And here's this other super traumatic thing that just happened. How about we process all the trauma? Just all the trauma all at once. Let's do all of it.
Theo's like, almost dying is a part of life. What's the Bob's Burgers quote? It's like, almost dying is the best part of living. It's called almost live dying. That's it. To quote Louise Belcher from Bob's Burgers.
Oh, that's funny.
Theo having like close to no idea how to comfort another person.
Felix not even attempting.
It's going to be okay. I promise. And next time you won't go alone. Next time we'll be there with you, so you will have backup. If we go again, we'll see. We'll see. And it's your choice whether or not you want to go to that again. So it's going to be okay. I promise you that. You're going to get through this, and it's going to be okay. I promise.
But hey, when we fight him, you might die.
Felix!
We're probably gonna fight him, and one of us probably will die in that fight.
But it won't be you. It won't be you, Finian. Not you.
Yeah, it's
You-
probably me.
Yes, probably Felix.
Do I look like I'd survive a fight with a vampire?
You look like you would be the one to wed the vampire, to be honest.
Wed or bed?
Both. When you wed something, you do also bed.
Finn starts laughing, kind of like chuckling, and he's
There we
just
go.
like, "You both are fucking terrible at comforting people."
Listen, I'm trying.
It's okay.
It's like army kids, like, I moved every 3 years. What do you want?
Oh, and
There's
it's like the fact that they're so bad is actually cheering him up because he's laughing. Like they're
Yeah.
just so terrible.
Yeah.
It's like,
Theo's not very good at it. She's only been able to. There's only 2 people in her life she's ever been able to successfully comfort, and they're not you two.
I will say is, like, all this is sort of happening. You hear a little rustle, and then Finn, you look up and you see Bean looking at you. He's like, "Why are your eyes sweating? That's probably not good."
No, he's still kind of chuck. It's generally not.
Hey guys, I was really sleepy, but I'm not anymore.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Oh no, your eyes aren't sweating. You were crying. Did you see the secret ugly guy?
Is that?
Yeah, I did.
The secret ugly guy.
Yeah, I saw the secret ugly guy.
Yeah, he's real ugly.
He's terrifying.
Wait, who's Bean?
Yeah.
Who is the secret ugly guy?
Secretly ugly. We know this. This
yeah,
has been
Here.
Oh, Felix. Yes.
No,
Oh no,
Felix
wait,
is
the
the
mayor. The mayor is secret.
Felix
ugly,
is
by
the
way.
secret
Felix,
pretty
beautiful.
guy.
Oh,
You're,
right,
so-
right?
you're getting
I forgot
so
about that part.
confused. You're so confused
I
about the
forgot-
metaphor you already solved. it's like here's the hint again to remind you. It's like, ooh, new hint. No, you did this quest already. You've loaded a save point.
Yeah, there we go. It was
You
from my
loaded
session
an-
3 notes. Felix
you-
is secret pretty.
You loaded an earlier quick save.
Yeah.
Yes. Right, secret ugly. Yes, Bean. What do you know more about the secret ugly guy that you could share with us?
Well, I mean, he wasn't always secret ugly. I for some reason, in like the last year or so, he decided that he needed to shove himself into that little ugly scoot. Like, I don't know why. Cause like he's so tall, and for a vampire, like he's pretty good looking. I wouldn't, not me. I'm really into like very short dwarves, but like for a vampire, he's pretty
Yarmer,
attractive.
Is that you?
Bean, do you think we could take him?
You don't need to. I don't think you need to. Well, wait. In the fight or? Well, I was just talking about how handsome he was, so I do have to ask a question. I
Do you
got
think we
sparkles
could
in my
take him
brain, but I'm
versus
not
do you
stupid.
think I could take him?
I mean, you could take him, definitely. But then wait. No, she looks at you, say. She squints her eyes. Maybe. No, I mean, here's the, she looks back at Theo. It's like, I don't think you need to fight him. And looks at Finn. Like, he's scary before you know him, though.
Bean, you said he only started shrinking himself down recently. Does that mean before he was tall and he just hypnotized or charmed everyone into thinking he was little the whole time?
No. So, you see, he used to just like, and she like points to like the edge of the woods, like the forest kind of like off the mountains. Like he used to live over there. And then he like decided to come out here and he was just chilling for a while. And then the old mayor died. And then new mayor, secret ugly mayor, stepped up and took his place. And that's when like everyone started getting extra sleepy. Well, not me. I'm my normal sleep because of the sparkles. But like everyone else is extra sleepy and confused.
He's taking so he's taking the energy and that's why they're sleepy.
Oh wow, that's smart. Why didn't I think of that?
I think you did.
I
In a
might
way.
have.
I think you did. You're the one who guided us there.
Maybe I did think of that. I don't know. Maybe it was the sparkles.
Excellent. But so, Bean, you don't think that the mayor is responsible for the deaths going on around here? It seems like a lot of people are upset with the mayor, and
Oh yeah. No,
he
they're
seems to
upset
have
with.
wronged people. A lot of
Right,
people
no,
here who would they'd like
so-
him gone.
Yeah. No, everyone's mad at the mayor. Everyone is mad at the mayor. Because no one wants to go to the ugly mine. That's full of the dragons, remember? No one wants to go down there. Because what I think is actually happening is like I think that the dragons, they might know that the mayor's secret ugly, and they might be using that to their advantage.
Oh, so
Because there's a little voice in my head. There's a little voice in my head that has always lived here. Like it's a voice that's lived here. Oh God, when did the voice pop? I've had a little voice in my head since the end of the war, and they give me good advice. And they were telling me they were reminding me, it's like, hey, don't be mean to the mayor. You've known the mayor. You knew him before he was the mayor, and he wasn't mean back then. Why would he be mean now?
You have a voice in your head.
Yeah. I got a voice in my head.
Does the voice... And you said that this voice has been here since the World Breaker.
No. Voice not there since the World Breaker. Voice has been there since when that big dragon was here. Well, there were lots of big dragons. That's not fair. There were a lot of big dragons here, but there was an extra big dragon as well, and like a lot of them died. And then like the ground got all carved up, and that's where like we were able to find the mines, and then people showed up and started mining the mines, and then the government showed up and said, hey, this stuff's really powerful, we should probably control it. And then 400 years passed and we're here. Hi, I'm Bean.
I know.
Bean's got a dragon in her head.
Bean.
Huh?
I diagnosed Bean with dragon.
I diagnose Bean with dragon, quotation marks, or not quotation marks, parentheses, autism.
Bean, did you touch something before the voice started?
No, I was hiding in a closet it's gone now. It's gone now because the whole fort got broken, but like I was in one of the closets in the fort, and then I heard like the roar and the and like all the sounds of the fighting. And then I heard this little voice in my head, and the voice told me, hey, Bean, building's about to go, you should leave. And I did, and that's what happened. And every time I listen to the voice, I don't die. So, I think the voice is good.
The voice is good.
I think the voice, well, yeah. If Bean staying alive is good, then the voice is good. Because when the voice speaks, Bean stay alive.
Yeah.
I don't know about other voices, though. I only have the one voice. Do you have a voice? Ooh, do you have a voice? She like points at all of you. Do you guys all have voices?
Theo's quiet.
You mean
Nah,
your
I think I'm good.
conscience?
Like in your head, like Bean, like a voice in the head that tells you things.
No.
Like your own voice, right?
No, not Bean, not your own voice, like different voice. Like this voice sounds like what does it sound like?
Okay.
Hello, Bean. Yeah, that's what
Kind
the
of
voice
sounds like the mayor, like the ugly, secret ugly guy.
I haven't heard him talk in a while. Anyway, a voice has been here longer than the mayor's been here, though, so I know that much.
I don't talk to mine very often anymore.
Is
Wait,
yours
you
a
have
good
another
voice?
voice in your head?
Yes.
Oh, but Felix is the one hiding things, huh?
Oh,
What?
it didn't feel pertinent.
You got any secrets, Finn? Since we're all in a sharing mood.
Look, other than seeing a fucking 7.5 tall vampire who almost... Look, I don't know what he was going to do, or what... I mean, look, no, I don't have any secrets. I have a fucking gun that I made. That's the only... it's the only thing I have.
What? Wait, did we know about the gun?
Yes,
Yes,
we knew about the gun. We found out about the gun.
You've seen the gun.
We know about the gun now. We've
You've
known
seen-
about the gun
It's
for a little
been
bit.
a while.
You've
It's
seen
been a minute since we've seen the gun, but
you saw the gun like some months, like within the first week or so of knowing each other.
Canonically, Felix forgot about it, so that was just genuine of like, What?
What? We have a gun?
What
He
the
like pops
fuck?
it, he like pops it out of his wrist and then like pops it back in. Like
Oh, right. We did know that.
It's like, I forgot you had named it. Continue.
Do the rest of you people just never mind. No, I don't have any secrets.
I have a voice in my head that talks to me sometimes, and I talk to him, them, and we don't talk as much anymore.
I wish for one, like a singular day, the three of us could be normal people that normal things happened to. Just like a day would be fantastic.
I don't know what normal looks like. So far, I think it looks like Finian.
Normal's just sitting on a washing machine.
What's a washing machine?
You guys have washing machines.
Yeah, Ben.
If
We
you've
have
got
washing machines?
If you've got you listen, it's high fantasy. You have magic and some amount of technology.
So far, I
You
think
have actually, no, you have
Finian
prestidigitation. You know how to clean shit.
is the most normal one. I think he had a pretty, what I think might be a normal reaction to seeing
Seems like
Vampire
Finian
Lord.
probably had parents that hugged him.
Yeah,
Finian went to college. Like
Finian did go to college.
Who knows? Me and Hannah might have gone to college. Me and Theo might have gone to college, I should say.
You're a
parents
bard,
not-
so
did your
technically you had to
parents
go to
not
some
hug you?
sort of college, didn't you?
Who knows? Did I?
Did I? College of
You don't know.
Tragedy?
You don't know my subclass. You know my name, but not my subclass.
Theo did not go to college.
I can tell.
Yeah, 'cause she's got low int. Anywho's it's that's not important right now. But it is interesting. Bean.
Yeah.
Are you interested in well, I suppose you have to stay here. When we leave, do you want to come with us?
from here?
Yes.
I don't think we're done talking about the voice in your head. Like, what kind of things does it say?
It
No,
mostly tells me
excellent
when
point.
disasters are about to happen.
Not
mostly.
you. I mean, I guess that is also important. No,
Your voice
you.
is also
What?
interesting, Bean.
Thank you.
What does it
Your voice
say?
is-
I mean, does it?
He gives me advice.
What kind of advice?
Great advice.
Eddie.
Eddie, we are in D&D now. Eddie,
I am
we
fairly
are a
certain we
goat
already
lady
made this
now.
joke.
I think we did.
Just advice when I need help. When when I think something might be wrong, I sometimes will ask him what his thoughts are. He's helped me a lot with just my studies into dragons or my military experience in fighting or training. He has foresight and intelligence. He knows things that I don't know, and he's not entirely sure how he knows those things too. His memory is a little wonky in that regard, but just advice on how to approach something, how to handle something. Nothing insidious, not telling me, oh, go kill that person. Nothing like that. It's just
Right, just the normal kind of voices that make you better. The fuck?
I don't know. You're secret pretty or something.
I'm secret pretty and regular pretty.
Yes, but I'm just saying it doesn't always things don't always make sense.
Did you just agree that I'm pretty?
Bean pipes up. It's like
Shut up.
So Bean pipes up. It's like, no, you're only pretty underneath.
Oof.
God damn!
Well, it's like you, Felix. You're like looking to Bean. You're like
Felix,
staring. You're
Felix
like,
is secretly a short dwarf king.
it's like Felix. You see Bean is staring into your eyes, and you can like see like, because you know that they can see you, and like they can see you. So he's like no, Felix, like you're truly pretty with your secret. The rest of it is just like, I mean, it's okay, but it's not you.
Bean's gonna give me a whole fucking complex. Whew, all right.
And because I assume you're kind of sitting across. Bean reaches across Felix and brushes back a strand of hair past your ear that you know is not visible. Better.
All right.
All right.
So,
Look, there's
do
been
we
enough
need to
weird
fight this zombie or not zombie? Vampire, or are we just going to ignore that?
You were thinking about the chicken again.
I was thinking about the chicken zombies still.
Chicken zombies.
You caught me. I was still thinking about them chickens.
Ah, them damn chickens. I mean,
Did I ever tell you guys that one time Scout grabbed a chicken by the ass? And that was the most terrifying moment of my life, but also in hindsight, the funniest.
That's some big Scout energy right there.
Yeah, for the listeners, my sweet Scout is a Chihuahua mix. She is about 10 pounds, and one time she grabbed a chicken by the ass, and the chicken was bigger than her.
I'm just imagining like the Kirby thing where it's like the open mouth Kirby that like some people will like they'll put like on their bicep or their ass or something. I'm just imagining Scout on a chicken.
Yep. Basically.
Just getting dragged around by this chicken.
It's a good approximation of events.
Bean kind of looks at you. It's like, I mean, I like you can go fight the mayor. That'll.
Will it
know if it's
accomplish
a-
anything?
I
I don't think we need to fight the mayor now, but if we want to leave, we probably are gonna have to fight the mayor. Or
Oh, right.
somehow convince him to leave. Let us leave. Or something.
Let us leave?
Let us leave.
Fucking dumb Avatar reference, I'm sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Right now, we should probably
Well,
deal with what's in the
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
the mine or the cave or the, you know.
I agree. I think that's Bean seems to think that violence might not be necessary against the mayor. We might be able to use other options in that regard, but I think our best chance at that is if we get rid or attend to what's going on in the mines first. So then the people here might be more open to letting the mayor live, since it seems like they kind of blame the mayor a lot for the deaths that have been occurring. So if we get rid of that, there's the possibility that we can do what Bean said and not have to use violence with the vampire. Maybe.
Fair enough.
Bean kind of perks up.
Maybe if I tell him I need more ingredients and he will let me leave to make more of his stuff for his hair.
We can cross that bridge when we come to it, I think. I think for
Something
now we
like that.
focus in.
Bean, as soon as Bean sort of perks up and it's like, oh, you guys want to go? Oh, you guys want to go to the secret dragon place? Okay, follow me. And she goes kind of like walking off.
Wait,
It's
Bean,
like-
I need to sleep. I used a spell slot.
You need a long rest or a short rest?
I would also like to sleep.
I think I need a
I would
long
very
rest.
much
I
like to
don't think I regained spell slots.
It's like Bean stops. Is like, oh, okay, you want a nap like Bean? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I got a bean nap.
Okay.
Bean, gotta nap my bean. My
My
bean. My bean.
All right.
It's been
Well,
freaked.
I will say it's simply because it was already like kind of like morning afternoon when you guys were starting this, so we'll say it's probably getting into the later afternoon. I'll say if you guys do want to take a long rest, You will say the rest of the day concludes. You head back to the inn, get yourself situated, get some food, lay down to sleep. You will get a long rest and recharge, and you can tackle the mines tomorrow. But we will handle that next episode. So thank you all for joining us for another episode of Dances with Dice. Please follow us on all social media channels at Dances with Dice. And when you use the hashtag DWDcast or DWDart on social media, we'll use you as named NPCs in the show. Thank you all so much for joining us, and join us every single Tuesday for new episodes of Dances with Dice.